Oh my what's goody in the hoodie? There we go. That's a prettier background. What's up, Chromie? Can I enhance this to make it look even clearer? Interesting. You can add filters. Why on earth would I want to dance party? Let's go. I can freak you out too. There was a man once, and that man pooped his pants. And when he did, he kind of liked it. And that's when you realized he needed therapy. Looked like it was like a noir. How do you say that right? Noir, probably noir film. What's up, Levi? What's up, Newbie? What's up, Patrick? What's up, Walking Dad, Sunny, Caden, Alex, Julia, Walker, Hannah, Steve from Minecraft. What's goody, ladies and gentlefish? This is your time. This is your special time. I'm answering your questions. If you got something that's going on in your life, if you're pooping your pants right now, I'm just answering questions. So, like, if you're like, hey, I'm struggling with blank. Hey, my mom pooped on my bed, like Amber Heard. Basically, just talk to me about whatever it is that's going on in your life, and I'm giving free advice because I'm not qualified. I just know a lot of things, and I have bipolar and I have alopecia. So it's just like your boy's been through the ringer, and I'm doing my best to help everybody else not go through the ringer. I just decided I would go ahead and start a series that involved helping people, because why not? Because why not? So I'm struggling with depression. I know that's one of the biggest things that we all struggle with. And I think it's stupid that we don't talk about it that much. Because I would argue that every single person struggles with moderate to severe depression. And I would argue that a lot of people probably struggle with severe depression that don't want to talk about it. Because they're scared to talk about it. Because we're all told, like, oh, don't talk about mental health. Don't talk about depression. Because that's bad juju and blah, blah, blah. I have the real Kermit puppet and the frog puppet. Thank you for the $5, Malcolm. Dude, I freaking love the puppets, dude. So much. So much. I always have Kermit here with me, dude. Because he's my freaking... Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Kermit's therapy session. I'm going to be answering your questions. I have depression, says somebody in chat. Well, I'm going to give you my advice of depression. Be happy. That's terrible advice. Do I look like I know what depression is? Frogs don't experience depression because we're bad bitches. And that's just how it goes. If you're a bad bitch, you're never sad. And even when you're sad, no one knows because you're a bad bitch. All right, that's enough, Kermit. Any questions? Any questions about it? Wait, what should I do? I like my best friend. That's a very particular situation. So, one of the things that I say whenever it comes to if you like your best friend, if you don't say something, if you don't act upon it, if you don't admit that you like them, how are you gonna know if they like you back? But that also means, see, here's the thing. People are also afraid that if they tell their friend that they like them, that their friend's going to be like, I don't like you back. And then you're going to ruin a friendship. And, well, the truth is, you might. You might. It might be hard for them to still be your friend if that doesn't go how you want it to go. But I think the trade-off of telling your friend that you like them is better than not. Because what if you could have had a relationship? What if it could have been really awesome? But you didn't take the chance. That's why you got to do it. That's why you got to do it. Let's see. What do you say to someone who says they don't believe in gay people and then come out as gay? What? I mean, that's hilarious. So often, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but so often people will say that they're not gay, and like they're hiding their sexuality and they'll be anti-gay, but it's because they were told that being gay is wrong and they're actually gay. So they're like, well, if I can't be gay and my parents are telling me that I can't be gay, then you can't be gay. Gay people aren't real. No. So this is your chance to ask me any questions. I'm just going to answer all of them. So do it. Do it for Scotland. Do it for frickin' Scotland. Let's do it for Scotland. That's what life's all about. Because if you don't do it for Scotland... Whoa, those are really weird colors. I don't like that at all. Okay, I kind of like that. That's more colorful. I dig those colors. Look, it's vivid. We're vivid. My cousins are ignoring me and I need help, man. I feel like if your cousins are ignoring you, I don't know the context of that, but like, okay, here's the thing. Family, just because somebody is family doesn't give them the right to treat you poorly. So I have an aunt that we don't talk to because she's a really horrible person and has said a lot of really horrible things about the rest of the family because she's jealous of everyone. And just because she's family doesn't mean that we actually have to talk to her, respect her, none of that. And we don't. We don't. Because she ruined that. Also, I don't see who sent the other super chat. Who sent the other super chat? Dude, why won't it let me see the other super chat? Whoever sent the other super chat, thank you so much. I see you. I acknowledge you. I didn't get to actually see it as it went by. I don't know why. I don't know why. Boybies. Should I come out to my family as being a bisexual? So, if you're thinking about coming out to your family, this is my best advice because I had to do the same thing. You don't owe it to them. You don't have to come out to your family. They don't have to know your sexuality. Quite frankly, it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all for your family to know what you are, nor anybody else. So your sexuality is for you. If you are happy about your sexuality, that's literally all that matters. That's all that matters. Because when you come out to your family, don't expect them to accept it. If your goal of telling your family that you are, whatever you are in the LGBTQ community is for them to accept it, you have the wrong idea. They don't have to accept it, and be ready for that. It's for you. If you would just like them to know, then tell them. Don't tell them because you're like, you need to understand this and da-da-da. You can try your best, and if they don't understand it, you can tell them why. If they have questions, you can explain to them why. But don't expect to be met with the acceptance. Tell them because you just want them to know. That's it. So ask any questions, guys. I am answering all of your questions. We can get deep, philosophical, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you so please. Let's see. Is there any chances your hair will grow back? No. Happy birthday, Amelia. Hey, Nicholas, can you give me some advice? I'm going into 9th grade next year, and I'm very nervous. So 9th grade is actually a great experience. I'm assuming that that's going into high school. High school is a very different experience than middle school because, okay, this is my best advice if you're starting out high school, and I'm going to tell you why it's important. Hey, thanks so much, Griffin. I'm autistic. Awesome, dude. I have so many autistic friends. They're freaking awesome people. I love them to death. So, starting high school is very different than in middle school, and I'll tell you why. Because middle school is where it doesn't matter as much. Have fun, have a good time, and you want to do that whenever you're in high school too. But when you're in middle school, what you do does not go towards your college degree. And like whether or not if you're going to get into a certain college. When you get into 9th grade, if you have not taken school seriously up until that point, please start taking school seriously. Study, do your homework, pay attention in class. Because if you plan on going to college, when you get into high school, all that's going to start counting towards your GPA. So the moment that you get into high school, you need to start being the best student that you possibly can. Because if you're like, well, one day I want to be an engineer. Well, if you're not getting the best of grades because you're just like, whatever, that's going to count towards your GPA. Whenever I first started high school, I actually had a very what they call rude awakening, which means, you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have paid more attention. It's like you realize that you kind of messed up. In the very beginning, whenever I started high school, I went and took a chemistry class, right? I got a 60. I failed the first test, and I was like, wait, this is going towards my future, dude. Like, I can't have that. Finished the class with like a 94. Like that class woke me up and I'm like, I need to focus, dude. I gotta focus. I gotta focus and I gotta start working hard. So I did. I got into one of the best colleges. It's actually over here in Houston. I mean, Austin, Texas, UT Austin. But I ended up going to Las Vegas, working with the motivational speaker, hypnotist. The guy's been doing it for 37 years. Got to fly on private jets, got to travel the world. It was so much fun. It was awesome. So I did that, then came back, went to a community college, got my degree, an associate's degree. And that's whenever TikTok was picking up. And so I'm like, social media. We're doing social media. So anyway, when you go to high school, just be prepared to work harder. It's not going to be as hard as you think. It's a weird adjustment, but it's like you're preparing to go into the real world. That's why it's different and that's why it's more difficult. So prepare yourself when you go to high school. Know you're about to go into the real world and have in mind what you want. You don't have to know perfectly what you want. You know, just have a general idea of like what you'd like to do. Don't have to really know. Just pick something that you kind of have an interest in. Start thinking about it. Start thinking about it and get ready to do it in college. But also, enjoy the arts. Get in a club, get in a group. I can't stress it enough. When you're in high school, don't just do homework. Don't just study. Go be social. Be a part of an honor society. Be a part of theater, band, anything, music. Like freaking go do something that makes you happy. Because I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for being in theater. Like that shaped me. I had an amazing theater director, and that gave me so much confidence to do what I do, give me better acting skills. Do something that is really, really wonderful whenever you're in high school that makes you happy. So, there's your long answer. All right, I'm answering any questions that you guys have. Let's see, what's this? How do I tell a person that I barely know that their friend is faking their depression and cancer? What? I'll tell you this, that's not your place. If they're faking it, I can't confirm that, and I don't think that you can either. I don't know that whole story, and I don't think that it's your place to tell somebody, hey, your friend's faking their depression and cancer. You don't know their story. You don't know what they're going through. Don't assume they're faking it. That's the best rule of thumb. Best rule of thumb. Answering any questions. Let's see here. Can you identify as an onion? That's right, lad, you freaking ogre. How do I help somebody who's going through something that I can't relate to? Well, the best thing that you can do if somebody's going through something you don't really understand is just be there for them. Let them talk to you. Let them say what they need to say and express. Oh, peace out, Griffin. Thank you for the donation. If somebody's expressing to you something that you can't really understand, there's nothing wrong with saying, like, I don't really relate completely, but I'm here for you if you want to talk, and I'll lend an ear. Because being there for somebody doesn't necessarily mean that you have to know how to help them and fix them and blah, 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 blah. And they tell you something and you to say, oh, well, I know how to help you with that. I know how to fix it. Think this way, do this. No, sometimes just say, I'm really sorry to hear that. Let them talk to you. Let them express how they're feeling. Let them get it out. Be somebody who's a good listener. Being a good listener a lot of the times is more important than being able to offer advice. They just need somebody to be able to hear them and know that this is how they feel. Because you don't want to feel like you're trapped in your own body and that nobody understands you. So they can help you understand. Just let them talk. Just let them talk to you. What do you do? Okay, I'm not answering that one. I am not getting into that. Where's Mike Hunt? Wait. Thanks so much for the donation, SMG7. Where's the mask? Okay, here it is. But I'm going to get back to answering questions. What's goody in the hoodie? Oh my gosh. Gotta love it, man. My mom is taking my phone. What the heck? Wait. It keeps going up. Tomorrow, can you give me some advice? If she's taking your phone, man, it's probably because you're always on that phone. So just go poop on yourself. Nah. If your mom's taking away your phone, I'm not your mom. I don't know why she's taking away your phone. You got to deal with it, bro. I really want to learn the Shrek voice. Felt. Let's see. I think my friend likes me. She's acting weird, but I'm not sure, but I also like her. What do I do? Talk to her about it. Just ask her, like, hey, I kind of have a crush on you. That's literally all you got to do. If you think that she likes you, ask her. I say, like, hey, I kind of like you. Nothing can go wrong except she's like, oh, well, I don't. Okay, cool. Better that you asked her than not. Because, I mean, how are you going to know if she likes you if you don't actually ask her and say that you like her first? Just go up to say, hey, like, I kind of like you. Like, just say it. I like you. I'm answering any of your questions, any questions that you would like to have answered. There's a girl who I despise from deep within my soul. And oh my goodness, she just joined water polo. Oh my God, like the chat keeps popping up. I can barely even keep track. It keeps like popping up. Coaches in an entire varsity team loved her because she is fast. I'm the varsity goalie. Well, if just because you despise somebody doesn't mean that they don't have a right to do something. Like if they're on the team and they're doing stuff, you just got to respect they're on the team and they're doing stuff. It's not really in your control. You don't have to associate with them. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to be in a group with them, but they're on the team. Do what you got to do. Let's see. What are you afraid of? I'm terrified of roaches. Dude, you don't want to go in my garage. We have so many freaking roaches in my garage. It's mortifying. Ask me any questions. Any questions you please. I can't tell if my friend is toxic or not. She keeps, being mean and ditching me, then coming back like nothing happened. That is absolutely a toxic friend. That is a no-brainer. If somebody keeps being mean to you and then comes back to you whenever they need your help, that is also what you call a fair weather friend, meaning they only stick around as long as things are good. So that is one of the greatest forms of toxicity. Somebody who's like, I'm going to be mean to you because I'm hurting and I just want to make it your problem. And then I'm going to come back whenever I feel better and be like, hey, what's up? No, you don't have to be friends with somebody like that. And here's the thing. This is something that I wish I knew whenever I was younger. You can have only good friends. I have literally hundreds of friends, and all of them are great people. There's great people all over the place. You don't need to keep around bad friends. It's so easy to say, I don't want to talk to this person. They make you feel like crap. Don't. Tell them why. That's the greatest thing that you can do too, is like, hey, you're really mean to me and I don't want to be your friend anymore. Hey, you're really rude to me and I don't want to be your friend anymore. That's a great thing you can do because you're setting a boundary and then you're also telling them something that will help them to open their eyes. And it's like, well, this is why I don't want to be friends with you. Because guess what then? If somebody else tells them the same thing, they go after they're friends with you, they go to somebody else, and then that person says, I don't want to be friends with you anymore because you're mean to me. They're going to be like, well, maybe I should stop being so mean because nobody wants to be my friend. You don't have to associate with mean people. You never do. Let's see. How do I deal with fake friends? Oh my goodness, why does this keep popping up? How do I deal with fake friends? Oh my God, it keeps going up in chat. How do I just like click something? I'm sorry, I can't read that. It keeps popping up in chat. Like the chat feed is just, I don't know why, like whenever I go to scroll and like hold it in place, it doesn't just let me. Oh, I can click it. I'm stupid. Idiotic Cat says, what do you do if you can't come out to your parents' pan? It's just particularly because I'm scared, but my mother is bi and she accepts all. I'm a pansexual demigirl and I'm scared. Well, then just do it. Just do it. If you can't come out to your parents' pan, this is what I said earlier. Don't come out to your parents because you expect them to accept you. Come out to your parents just because you want them to know. Not everybody's going to accept you and you just have to accept that. That's fine. But coming out is not supposed to be to get people to accept you. Coming out is supposed to be for your own peace of mind and just saying, this is who I am. Okay. That's it. You don't have to even come out to them. They don't have to know. They really don't have to know. Do it for you. What do you do about transphobic family members, says Duck? Dude. Trust me. Oh my gosh. I have transphobic family members who say some really messed up things, like being trans is a mental disease. Being like the trans people always like they go to commit suicide and blah blah blah. So bad. I've done my best to sit with them and tell them that that's not correct. I've done my best to say it's not your place to judge them. I've done my best to say, I don't think that you have a good idea of what trans people are like because all you digest is media that is negative and speaks against trans people. And if they don't listen, it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I don't talk to them about it. That's one of the greatest lessons you can learn too. Try all you want to convince somebody of something. If you notice that they're not listening to you and they just keep fighting you, don't keep talking to them. You have to know when somebody just isn't going to listen and surrender and say, okay, if you're not like, if we can't have this conversation, if you're just going to fight me and not allow me to help you and to speak and to say, hey, this is what I believe, don't talk to them. Just say, hey, that's it. Conversation over. That's it. What's up, Lavender Heart? How you doing? Let's see. How can I fix my best friend and my Olivia? Okay, let me say. Olivia Rule says, how can I fix my best friend and my relationship with her because she lashes out on me and it's a group chat I'm in and my other friend has the same thing? What do I do? Get rid of her as a friend. If she's lashing out at you for no reason, that's not a good friend. And if she's lashing out at your friend too, dude, why are you guys friends with her? Why are you friends with her if she makes you feel like crap? Tell her. You can both go and tell her like, hey, you keep lashing out at us and it's mean and we don't appreciate that and we don't want to be friends with you if you keep treating us like that. Let's see. Any questions? I'm answering them all. Let's see here. Clicking that. What? Any question that you have? Just Jack says, what do I do about a transphobic kid? He keeps purposely using wrong pronouns and telling people my full dead name and won't stop. He also has a crush on me and finds me intimidating. Well, that's not somebody, obviously, who you want to be with if he has a crush on you. Fuck that dude. No, like, what the heck is wrong with him? And it's funny because he's probably being transphobic to diminish your sense of self-worth so that you want to be with him. Because if he makes you feel like crap and you think that you can't get with anybody else, then that means you're going to try to get with him. If I were you, I would talk to, talking to teachers doesn't really help because then they're just like, it doesn't really work that way and they're still going to keep being transphobic. Honestly, there comes a time where you have to be strong enough to where you're like, I don't care. I don't care. If they're going around telling people your dead name and doing all that crap and you can't really stop them, you have to come to a point where you're just like, the more that you show him that it bothers you, the more that he's going to keep doing it. And if you're just like, dude, whatever, like, I'm me and I'm proud to be me and it's cruel for you to go around and do that. You got to be able to say, screw you. Oh, thanks so much for the donation, AJ and Sports. I appreciate you. What do I do? I don't know says, what do I do if I'm always comforting my friends when they need someone, but they're never comforting me when I need it? That is, we said this earlier, that's what you call fair weather friends. It's people that they only want your help. They're only there when things are good, but they don't actually care about you or what's going on. And I say those are not real friends. Those are not people that you want to be around. You want to find other people that actually care about you. And there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people like that. But you have to know that those are not good people, and you have to be able to say it's time for me to get new friends. Because if you don't, you're going to be stuck with them. So that's up to you. Man, I'm seeing some of these. It's like hella trauma dumping. Like people say some really weird stuff. But I'll take one more question and then I'm gonna wrap it up because I got to make some content for y'all today. Let's see. Some of these questions, dude. MLKL says, I'm going into high school next year and I'm very nervous. None of my friends are going to the same high school as me, so I have to make a new set of friends, which isn't easy for me. Any advice? Just be kind. Go and be kind to people. Go involve yourself in some of the clubs like drama club or band, whether it be choir, sports teams, and things like that. Because when you're in those groups, you're going to participate in all kinds of activities and you're pretty much just going to make friends as long as you're a nice person. Because people like nice people. So go be a part of a club and friends usually happen naturally. If you go and you don't talk to people, then it's not really going to happen. So you're going to have to be able to muster up some confidence and say, well, I want to get some friends, so I got to go and I got to do that. But yeah, the easiest way to get friends is actually just to join a club. Because if you join a club, you're going to be exposed to so many people. You're going to be in a space with each other purely to socialize or do stuff together. And other people just like you want to make friends. Other people are going to that high school that don't have friends either. They want friends just like you. So you can be that friend. Just be okay with talking to people. Be okay with even saying a simple comment like, hey, your shirt's pretty. Hey, I like your nails. Hey, those are some really cool glasses. Give people compliments. It's an easy way to start a conversation. And people like it whenever you compliment them on different things. So give them a compliment. They might say thank you, and then you're going to start talking about something else. But that's a really, really easy icebreaker to use for any situation. That's one of my favorite things to do when I meet somebody for the first time. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Nico. Nice to meet you. What's your name? David. And I'll say like, David, good to meet you. It's a really cool shirt. It's a really cool necklace. Or like, I really like your makeup, to whoever it is. And it works. Like, oh, thank you. I really like your blah blah. Usually they'll return with another compliment and say, I like your shoes. They're really nice shoes. And you start talking about something else. Like maybe you like the necklace. Say like, I have a really awesome one too that my aunt gave me. So I'm a really big fan of necklaces. And they're like, oh, really? I got this one from my grandma. She gave it to me for my birthday. When was your birthday? Just keep going down the line of questions. That's how conversation works. It's a very beautiful thing. Anyway, guys. Love you lots. I'm about to go get working on some content for all of you. Thank you guys again for all the donations. Thank you for tuning in. And if you like this live, well then comment on the upload of this that'll go up and let me know that you enjoyed. Love y'all and